Hey guys, so today we are going to talk about the impact that youth sports has had on me and how you can change and influence um, the direction of a young child's life. So, most of us know the benefits of youth sports, or we know a lot of the benefits, like building self esteem, working as a team. You get to develop talents, right, in each sport, teach sportsmanship and how to control emotions in situations, which is a big one for kids. Um, Exercise. Kids get exercise and they need it, especially nowadays with all the electronics, right? So and then a lot of times kids need an outlet. They just need an outlet, a positive place to go, instead of turning to any sort of challenging behaviors, or drugs, anything like that. So those are some benefits of youth sports, and most of you guys will know that. I think a lot of you guys actually even play, right? So as a person myself who played in youth sports, basketball and softball from a young age, I probably played basketball from about 7 on because my older brother played, and then I played softball from 9 on up, even through adulthood. So I gained tons and tons of knowledge, and I learned some of those life lessons playing sports. Um, but, well, I will say it even paid for my college tuition, a part of it anyway, okay? So that was another major advantage to playing youth sports. And I learned how to work within a team, how to control my emotions in tense situations, which is hard. It's still hard as an adult sometimes to control our emotions, right? I even learned leadership skills that I use to this day. So lots of lessons were learned from youth sports. But my most valuable things that I learned playing youth sports were the relationships that I created and how to create them, and also just the memories and experiences that were created during that time. So almost every memory that I have in my childhood, almost every great memory and even some bad ones that I have, were or involved people that were involved in youth sports with me and my team and teammates. Um, Here's an example. One summer, playing softball, we played the Scottsville All Stars 10 times, okay? 10 times. We played all summer and we played in different areas, but we always seemed to play this team. So, as you can imagine, games were hard fought and were tough, and we all wanted to win. We were all very competitive. So, we played 10 times. Now, I do remember that the outcomes. So we won 5 and lost 5, right? I remember that. I remember that one girl on the Scottsville All Stars broke her leg sliding into second base. I can remember that vividly. I also remember the friendships that we created from playing that same team. I still have good friends from my opponent from the Scottsville All Stars. I still have good friends from that team. So we learned from our coaches how to create relationships. Our coaches that summer, our coach and the Scottsville All-Star coach, they became good friends. So they, showed us by example how to create friendships with others. And that's something that we're going to use our whole lives. I mean, now think about it. Think about it whenever you will go to job interviews, okay? Think about this. You're going to create relationships, or you should create relationships with people that you may even be, running against for a job, because you're going to encounter those same people over and over again because you're in the same area of work, right? So you have to learn to create friendships and relationships, even when it's your opponent sometimes. So as children, it was a little different. They were our opponents, yes, and we were super competitive, but we were still kids. Didn't have any kind of cutthroat mentality or anything like that. But we created those friendships, and they had lasted a lifetime. So that was one of the great things that came out of my experience with youth sports, were friendships. Now, we also created tons and tons of memories together. Like I said before, almost every childhood memory that I have came from those times. I can remember playing in the Bluegrass State games with softball, getting to see Mark Pope in Commonwealth Stadium speak. We stayed at hotels together. We went swimming together. We just really had and created those memories and bonds with each other. So that's something that has lasted a lifetime. So you will find out too that not only do you create these friendships and relationships with your coaches and teammates, but you're also going to create them with the officials, so umpires and referees. Now, as an example, was whenever I got a little bit older, just like my high school basketball coach, he helped me through a challenging time in high school. I know that's a little bit older as far as youth, but you're still a child in high school. But he influenced me so much and in such a positive manner that I still to this day have dreams and about the advice that he gave me then that is still applicable today. So now for me, I had a good home life, I had a good family, and I still got something from these relationships that were created. But think about these kids who don't have that. So kids who have kind of a rough home life, who really, really need that positive influence in their daily lives. So now I coach. I coach a basketball team and a softball team. So this past fall, coaching softball, I coached one young girl who was a foster child and really has lacked consistency from adults in her life. And I also coached a little girl who was overweight and lacked any kind of confidence and just self-image, positive self-image at all. So by the end of the season, the foster kid, she really learned how, or that she could depend on adults. That okay, I said I was going to be there, I'm going to be there. So that's going to bleed over into her daily life. You think you're just there playing softball, but it's not just that. You are instilling, great characteristics and life lessons as you go. Now, a little girl who was overweight, she learned and gained so much self-confidence. It was so great to see her transformation from beginning to end. But just as an example, in the beginning, whenever she would get up to bat, if she struck out or if she grounded out, she would get upset. She would cry every single time. But by the end of the year, first of all, she got hits, which was amazing for her confidence. And then second of all, when she did get out or strike out, she didn't cry. She understood that it wasn't because of her being overweight that she got out. All of our kids got out at some point. So she learned that, and so that helped her with her confidence. And it also helped for her to, gain enough confidence to be able to approach the other girls on the team and create friendships, which she could not do before. So that meant that I did my job. It was really awesome to see those two kids progress, and it was great to see that I had a positive influence on them. So, and that's what you shoot for. If I can have a positive influence on one child throughout the whole time that I'm coaching, that's great. But if I can do it even one child a season, that's amazing. And you don't do it to get a pat on the back. That's not why I do it. But I do it to make a positive influence on these kids, especially the ones who really, really need it. So my challenge to you is to get involved, whether it be by coaching, by officiating. All leagues, baseball, softball, basketball, football, are always short on coaches and officials. These are volunteer positions, okay? But they are so rewarding. So you want to make a difference in someone's life, start with kids. And you guys are at the age where you can do that. You can go in, you can volunteer and coach. Even if you're not a head coach, you can be an assistant coach. But you can be an official, you can umpire, you can referee. And still to this day, now that I'm coaching, I go and to the gym or to these ball fields and I see referees and umpires that I recognize them and they recognize me. So you will make a difference in someone's life. So my challenge to you is to think about these kids who need that positive influence, who need that consistency every day or just in that short season. It's going to make a difference. So that person is you. Don't wait on someone else to make the impact. That should be you. Thank you.